get ready to rock your 3-part HIIT body weight, dumbbell power, and core cardio workout. This workout starts with a warm-up, which is 10 exercises, 45 to 60 seconds on, straight through, no rest, introducing some of the exercises in the workout. Then we hit part number 1, a HIIT body weight, no exercises needed, no impact modifications provided, 20 on, 10 off, 4 groups of 2 different exercises. We alternate back and forth 3 times before moving to the next. We then hit part number 2, which is a dumbbell power portion. 30 on, 10 off, 4 exercises. If you don't have dumbbells, feel free to use a water bottle and get introduced to these power movements. Finally, we finish with 50 on, 10 off core cardio exercises. In 3 seconds, we're gonna hear a tone and we're gonna hit that warm up. We start with a walk in place. Now, as always, we introduce our kinetic alignment because we are kinetic balance fitness. And we're all about lining up our kinetic chain so that we prevent injury and pain through our workouts. Now, this means our toes are pointed straight ahead. That is second toe pointed forward, in line with the knees, in line with those hips. We pump opposite arm, opposite leg, so we're engaging more muscles, increasing that heart rate slowly. We gently pull in our belly button away from that waistband so that we're supporting our spine. Our chin is back, our chest is tall and proud, we're long and tall through the crown of the head. 2 seconds, we're taking it up a notch to a jog in place. Now we're light on those toes. If we want no impact, we go to a high knee march. Either way, we're moving a little bit faster. We're bringing that heart rate up. All right, we want to make sure that as we get more dynamic here, that those knees are still tracking straight forward. Sometimes we get those knees going wide, or on impact, we get those knees going in. So pay attention to that body alignment, especially as we're moving more quickly. These patterns lead to pain, lead to injury, all right? And pain normally precedes injury. In 3 seconds, we're gonna go to a tick-tock leg raise. Get ready, here we go. So feet to the side, 1, 2, 3, pause and balance, leg raise, squeezing this side of those hips, 1, 2, 3, up and out. Now, if we're not jumping, we're simply going 1, 2, 3, working that balance, all right? We can go both arms at the same time. We can go one arm at a time, whatever works for you. Our toes stay pointed straight ahead. We have nice soft knees as we land. We try to keep our body over that balance leg as we lift that foot up and out to the side for that leg raise. And we're pumping those arms. 5 seconds, we're gonna go to our first dynamic stretch, a squat with a lunge side to side. Toes pointed straight ahead. We sit down in the middle for a squat. Lean to the side, stacking toes, knees, hips. Switch it over to the other side, back to the middle and up. All right, now I'm gonna alternate sides each time I go down. This stretch is particular for the inner thigh. These are called our adductor muscles. Our adductor muscles pull our knees in. As I told you in the beginning, that knee in puts us in danger for pain and injury, particularly ACL, meniscus, MCL. Nobody wants any of that. So we stretch it out. As we sit down into that leg, stacking those toes, knees, and hips, the other leg goes straight. We can feel a nice stretch through the inside of that thigh. 10 seconds, we're gonna go to some walking lunges. This is a dynamic stretch for the front of the thighs and our hips. We all need that. So we're gonna step forward. We're gonna bend those knees. Back knee goes straight to the floor. At the bottom, we're squeezing the bum, tucking those hips under. You can even add a reach towards the ceiling. Then we come up, step into that opposite foot. Down we go. So we're gonna feel a nice stretch through the front of that hip and thigh. If you don't have a lot of space, feel free to step back, lunge down, step forward, and alternate. Most important, you're gonna feel all 5 toes pushing into the floor. Notice I'm nice and balanced because my feet are hip width apart. Pay attention, a lot of people like to step straight back. That makes lunges hard on the balance. We want to make sure those knees stay in line with those toes, not letting those knees go in, keeping them out wide. 5 seconds, we're going to hit another cardio movement, a walk down, shoulder tap. So toes are hip width apart, we bend the knees, place our hands on the floor and walk out into a plank. And then we lift one hand at a time, tapping the shoulder, and we come back up, reach towards the ceiling. So out into that plank, long and tall through the crown of the head. Our glutes are tight, our belly button is in. If we have any back pain in this position, please feel free to walk out onto a bench, a table, or a couch. The higher up that incline, the easier it's going to be. So if you want to use a set of stairs, if you walk those hands up the stairs, or up against a wall, walk out and tap, belly button in, supported. We're going to do another stretch here, an alternating hamstring stretch with a carryaway arm. One foot is flat on the floor, the other toes tapping. We're going to reach opposite hand to foot, keeping that leg relatively straight. So it has a slight bend. Stand up, and then we're going to bring that arm up and across with the palm facing the ceiling. And we're switching sides. As we sit down into that hamstring stretch, like we're reaching towards our knee, shin, or toe, we're keeping that back nice and neutral, meaning there's a small arch in the low back. We squeeze the glutes to stand, and we open that palm towards the ceiling, squeezing the shoulder down and back so we can kind of feel a stretch through the outside of that armpit. Nice and controlled. Anytime we bend over, we want to have a gentle pull in on that belly button. 2 seconds. We're going to switch it to a squat calf stretch. Feet hip width apart, sit those hips back into that squat like we're sitting in a chair. Step 1 foot forward, and we keep the back leg nice and straight, foot flat on the floor. Big squeeze on the bum to stand, push that heel into the ground. If you would like to do this up against a wall, you can do so. Just place those hands on the wall. This will give you a little extra leverage to push that heel into the ground. Get that nice big stretch. Oh, it feels so good. This is our last dynamic stretch before hitting that cardio workout full force. All right, so we're getting our mindset ready. We're wrapping our brain around what we're asking our body to do, to push ourselves and meet ourselves where we are, push our boundaries wherever we are today. In 3 seconds, we're gonna go to a duck with 2 hooks. So we duck it under, and as we come up, we're gonna bring an arm across the body, 1, 2. So each arm punches into those hooks. Our thumb is pointed up towards the ceiling. We have a slight bend in the arm, and the wrists are nice and stiff. In my fist, my thumb is outside of those hands, protecting that thumb, because if we punch with those thumbs tucked in, we can actually break them. Notice that as I come across for those hooks, I'm pivoting those hips, gaining power from my legs all the way up through my core into each and every punch. 6 seconds. Last exercise of the warm-up is an alternating lunge pop. So in that lunge position, just like those walking lunges, we're gonna come down, we're gonna bring those feet together into a pop. So alternating those legs. Notice this is picking up the pace, because guess what? Last exercise of the warm-up, we have a brief 30-second introduction after this exercise, and we're hitting our HIIT portion. So feet hip width apart, toes pointed straight ahead. We feel all 5 toes pushing into the floor. We swing those arms to reach up towards the ceiling. Long portion here. 4 seconds. And you're gonna get to shake it out. Legs feeling warm, yeah? Shake it out. Our first group of 2 for 2010 is a squat side shuffle. So we sit down into a squat, and then we're shuffling those feet, stepping small steps to the side, tapping the ground, and going back the way we started. All right? Then we hit mountain climbers. In that plank position, we drive those knees up to climb that mountain. Come ready? 3 seconds. Let's get ready. Here we go. Squatting down into that side shuffle, tapping the floor. Our knees stay in line with those toes. We lead with the knee as we make those small steps to the side. Toes pointed straight ahead. We can take small steps here to keep it nice and low. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Mountain climbers on the ground. Hands under the shoulders, chin tucked, head back nice and long. Now, if we have any back pain here, because we are not searching into back pain, pushing into back pain here, we go on that incline. We can also take out that bounce and just march those knees. Again, the higher up that incline, the easier it's going to be on that low back. We progress by going down the incline. Back to the top. Squat side shuffles into. Here we go. Squat it, side shuffle. Now, you know the exercises. We get 2 more rounds of each of these. We're going to take those deep breaths in through the nose. We're going to settle in nice and low. 4 seconds left. 20 seconds goes by quick, guys. Shake it out. Mountain climbers. Now these guys are hard because it's hard to breathe while we're in this position. So remember to breathe. And then wherever you are at today, you embrace it. We're grateful for what our body can do. And then we're gonna push our boundaries without pushing into pain. 4 seconds, drive those knees up. Punch those hands into the floor. And no, you only have 1 more of each of these. And 1 round will be done. Are you ready? 3 seconds. Squat side shuffles. Chest up tall, belly button gently pulled in. We're moving those arms. We get a lot less if we keep those arms tucked into those sides. The heart rate goes up nice and high with the more body parts we're moving. Toes stay pointed straight ahead. 2 seconds. You can hear me breathing, all right? And it's just the beginning. We've got this. Mountain climbers. Here we go, driving those knees up. Our chin tucked, our head is back. Our shoulders stay nice over those hands. Our feet are hip width apart, and we are already halfway through this last round. Can you do it? Yes, you can, because there it is. Our next group, we have those lunge pops. All right, so just like the finish of those warm-ups, pop those feet up towards the ceiling. Come with me, here we go. If we're not jumping today, we can simply do a regular lunge, drive it up. Try to come up into balance. If balance is still newer to you, come up and tap those toes, squeeze those glutes. If you want to take it up a notch, you can go to a full jumping lunge. Lots of options for everybody at all levels. Jab, jab, cross, like punching, kickboxing here. Front arm goes jab, jab, 2 punches there. Back arm comes across. Then we switch front leg. So jab, jab, cross. Okay? So we're punching all the way out and in. We exhale. We keep those wrists nice and stiff. That is group number 2. Already done. Heart rate getting higher. Lunge pops into. Now, it's hard. Cardiovascular exercise is hard. And I'm gonna be real with you. It never gets that much easier because we're always pushing our boundaries. We can always do just a little bit more. So you wanna take it up, you go into those jumping lunges. If you don't have the energy today, right? You didn't get the right nutrition or sleep, jab, jab, cross in 2. We meet our body where it is. Now you can jump to switch or you can step to switch. I just like to switch what our leading arm is. These cycles fly by. So 3 seconds already left. You can do anything for 3 seconds. And we're already in to our last group. One more time through each of those. Lunge pops. Down into that lunge, reaching up towards the ceiling, towards those goals. Always with good form. Feet hip width apart. Only through a range of motion that's not painful in those knees. We're not banging that back knee off the floor. We're working to the timer, 2 seconds. I'm gonna even it out. All right, next group starts with rocket squats. We count 3, 2, 1, and we reach it up towards the ceiling, jumping it up. If we're not jumping, we go 3, 2, 1, push through those toes. All right, here we go. As we land, we want to make sure those knees stay hip width apart. We don't want them going in. Very dangerous, 2 seconds. Breathe. Little bit of a recovery here. That walk down shoulder tap just from the warm up. Bend the knees, walk it out into that plank, tap those shoulders. You're coming with me. Now, you can add a small hop at the top if you want to take it up a notch. And we're going to try to alternate which hand taps those shoulders first. You're already down to 5 seconds. Think of this as your recovery cardio exercise. Rocket squats. In 3, are you ready? You sure are. 3, 2, 1, take off. You're blasting off, pushing that floor away, pushing anything that's holding you back away. You're already on the path towards your goals because making time for you, making time for your workout, hardest part, 2 seconds. But you already did that. Walk down, shoulder tap. Recovering where we can. Bend those knees, walk it out, tapping each shoulder. Trying not to sway side to side. We push back through those toes. We keep the belly button in and squeezing that bum. 5 seconds. These up downs go pretty quickly. One more round through each of those. Rocket squats in 5. Yes, you can. Here it is. 3, 2, 1. Blast off. Pushing that floor away. Jumping and reaching as high that is safe and pain-free. Soft landing, nice and quiet. 5 seconds with or without that jump or alternating. But feeling those legs, they're screaming a little. Walk down, shoulder tap. Regulate that breathing when and where you can. And it's important when we're in that plank position, we're not holding that breath. Breathe. Exhale, inhale. 3 seconds. Finish it strong. One more group here, guys. We've got a lateral lunge with an up and over. So we step out to the side for that lateral lunge, back to the middle and shuffle those feet. Switch sides for that other lateral lunge. No jumping, simply becomes a step with a windmill arm. You can just reach up and shuffle those feet, or you can take it up a notch and really jump it up to change those feet. That 20 seconds went fast, right? Duck, 2 hooks, just like warm up. Duck it under. 1, 2, come with me, here we go. Bring in those arms across that body. Don't ever worry about feeling weird. These are easy combinations, and sometimes it's good to feel a little awkward, but no more kickboxing after that. All right, after this group right here, back to the top, lateral lunge up and over, into, here we go, out to the side, stacking those toes, knees, and hips as if they're against the wall. Pay attention to those feet. The toes the second toe should be pointed forward. 5 seconds. Using those arms, shuffling those feet, shake it out. Lunges forward and backward are hard enough. Those are a step up. Duck, 2 hooks. Here we go. Under, come up with power. Come up with purpose. Bring those arms across with that momentum to punch. This is a warm up for those power exercises. 5 seconds. Punch it out. One more time through each of those. Lateral lunge up and over in 5. Quick sip. I got an ice cube. Stepping out to the side. Sitting down deep into that lateral lunge. Our chest stays up tall. We only go as deep as what's comfortable and pain-free. All right, we don't push into pain. 2 seconds. Nice work. Duck, 2 hooks for the finish of part number 1. The highest intensity portion here. Duck, 2 hooks. This is also the longest portion, guys. All right. After this, we're on the home stretch. 6 seconds. Duck it under. Punch. Bringing those arms across that body. And I counted wrong. We're going through one more time. Shake it out. We're going to say, yes, we can. It's a bonus round. Lateral lunge up and over. Here we go. All right, after this one, our breather and exercise explanation for part 2 is coming up. Alternating sides. Stacking those toes, knees, and hips. 4 seconds, we push that ground away. And breathe. 30 seconds, quick drink, keep those feet moving. Our first exercise is a dumbbell snatch. If these are new to you, please, we go lightweight here. We're only going on that right arm to start. We're gonna take that dumbbell from the floor up overhead in one motion. So we bend the knees and then we push the floor away and we bring it straight up our body overhead. 2 seconds, come with me. Here we go. When we sit down, our chest is tall. We slide the dumbbell up the body like an upright row, flip and push it straight overhead. But we're using the power from our legs to do that. And we have soft knees when we catch it overhead. If this is new to you, break it down from the floor. We slide it up to your shoulder. And then from there, you can push it overhead. All right? That's the breakdown. Breathe. We're gonna do the same thing on the opposite side in a couple exercises. Next exercise is a dumbbell swing. We take that dumbbell from the floor, bring it behind us, and then we swing. We push our hips forward. That brings that momentum up. At the top, it's like a standing plank. Our belly button is in, our shoulders are stacked over our hips. If this is new, we break it down. We swing it back, up, lock it in, set it back down. All right. We're not arching that low back. There's no banana. We squeeze our bum. We lock in that belly button. And we shake it out. All right. And we clean off our glasses because apparently we're dripping sweat. Dumbbell snatch, opposite side. Here we go. We bend the knees using the opposite hand. And we catch it overhead. Now notice, one side might feel a little weaker, a little bit more awkward. All right, so you can always break it down from the floor, bend the arm up to the shoulder, soft knees, and then we push it overhead, keeping that shoulder down and back away from those ears. 4 seconds. We're not getting a ton of repetitions here. This is about producing that power through our legs, up through our arms. We're gonna go to a plank position. We're gonna do a dumbbell drag. So, plank position, we take the outside hand and we pull the dumbbell across our body. So we grab it, pull it across. We try to keep that core nice and stable. We're long and tall through the crown of the head. The belly button is gently pulled in. We're down to 10 seconds. We're gonna feel this working the shoulders and that core. This is not a high intensity exercise. This is a core movement meant to help our body recover as we go into our next round. Dumbbell snatch, floor to ceiling, 30 seconds on that right side. All right, now notice when I catch overhead, my ear is in line with my shoulder, in line with my hips. My arm is ideally covering up my ear. My dumbbell stays nice and close to my body as it slides up and overhead. As I catch, 2 seconds. We want those knees in line with those toes. If we feel those knees going in on the catch, or you see it on your video, make sure that we go a little bit lighter, a little bit slower. Dumbbell swing, here we go. As we go down, our back is neutral. I don't want to see that rounding, all right? We sit the hips back, our chest stays neutral, our belly button stays in as we support that spine, all right? We bend the knees, we push those hips forward. That's what creates the momentum. 3 seconds. Yes. Dumbbell snatch, opposite arm. Can feel that heart rate high, all right? This is about controlled power. All right, notice on this side, you might not see it if you look real close. I'm having a hard time keeping my shoulder down and back away from my ears today. I want to keep everything nice and neutral. I've only got one dumbbell, but that doesn't mean that I'm twisting off to the side. I stay nice and stacked, nice and neutral. Push that floor away, creating that power. Plank, dumbbell drags. And if this is new to you, you can go without that dumbbell altogether. Here we go, plank position. And the same thing applies if you're working towards that plank. So we can go into a quadruped, bending those knees, pushing back through those toes, keeping that neutral spine. All right, a small arch at that low back. If you're not sure if you're in a neutral spine position, you can check simply by taking your pants, lining them up with the bony front hips and those little back dimples, making sure that's nice and straight. One more time through, guys. Dumbbell snatch, here we go. Bend those knees, sitting it down as you catch that dumbbell overhead. We're producing power. Our legs are strong as we push that floor away to bring that dumbbell overhead or up to our shoulder. 6 seconds. Only increasing weights as we feel comfortable and confident with our form. And that goes for all of these. So if we don't have dumbbells or these are new, use a water bottle. Safe, good form first. Dumbbell swings, last round through, guys. Nice and long and tall. We lock into that plank position. We sit those hips down and back. We squeeze that bum, creating that momentum. I'm switching which hand is gripping that dumbbell just to keep it even. We're already down to 6 seconds. We feel the glutes working and that heart rate rising as we create that power with our strong glutes. 3 seconds, dumbbell snatch, opposite arm. Here we go. Floor to ceiling with that power. Nice, slow, controlled. Release. Back down to the ground. Long and tall. Through the crown of that head. Already halfway through. This is our last heavy power movement in this group before we hit our final part. There you have it. 10-second breather. Dumbbell plank drag across that body. 3 seconds. In that plank or in that quadruped. We try not to rock side to side. We keep the shoulders over the hands. The chin tucked, head back. That means we're not letting it dangle towards the floor. Our chest and shoulders burn. Our core is engaging. It should be getting nice and warm. 7 seconds to finish part 2. You've come too far now. Put the dumbbells away. We're finishing with a 50 on, 10 off. Take a 20-second breather here. All right? Core cardio movement. First exercise is 2-foot hops. Feet are hip width apart. We take a small hop forward, landing heel toe, keeping those knees in line with those knees, those toes and hips. All right? Then we're gonna go to a bear crawl. Come with me for foot hops, 2-foot hops. Now, if we're not jumping, we're stepping forward, landing heel toe, keeping those knees in line. You can alternate those, the foot that you're stepping forward with. Most important, as you jump and as you land, we're not letting those knees go in. I'm gonna give you a small example. You might go like that, all right? Don't let those knees tap in like that. So you can turn on your video if you don't have a mirror. And even though we're hopping, and if you're not hopping, you're just stepping, we're landing heel toe as quietly as possible, making as little noise. So we land and we roll quickly towards those toes. Landing on those heels helps teach those glutes to engage quickly, stabilize those knees and hips. Our next exercise is a lateral bear crawl. Guys, these are hard. I have a small ball to put on my low back to help me keep a neutral spine position. I'm in that quadruped, hand under the shoulders, knees under the hips. We're gonna push back through our toes and lift our feet slightly off the ground, knees slightly off the ground. We step opposite hand, opposite foot. Gentle pull in on the belly button, stabilizing that core. And then I'm gonna switch directions. So I come back the way that I started, but I'm moving side to side. If you need to, you can keep the knees down on the floor and move slowly. I'm not taking big steps here. I'm gonna turn to the side so you guys can see. Most important, gentle pull in on that belly button, stabilizing that spine. Nice and neutral position. There you have it. Oh, it's hard work though. 3 TikToks leg raise right from the warm up. We go 1, 2, 3, up and out to the side. Come with me. We're pumping those arms. My core stays nice and neutral. My knee stays in line with those toes as I lift that leg up towards the ceiling. I'm squeezing what I like to call or refer to as my side butt. These are your glute medius. This is your glute medius, which stabilizes the hips, all right, leading to a more stable lower back, knees, and ankles. Yes, these muscles are that important. So squeeze, toes pointed straight ahead. Feel a little bit awkward. 5 seconds, but embrace that burn in those hips. And we get to come down to the floor for our last core exercise. We have Russian twists. So we're sitting back on those hips. The chest stays up tall. The feet can stay on the floor if you want, and we rotate an elbow towards the floor. Now, if we want to take it up a notch, we lift the heels off the floor. The chest stays up tall, the back stays neutral. What I don't want is you curled in this way. I also don't want to see those ankles crossed. We exhale as we rotate, and then we come back to the middle. We're breathing, we're sweating, we're feeling that core engage. And baby, does it burn. We're down to 10 seconds. You might even feel this in those hip flexors. Feel free to tap those heels on the floor if you feel like they're cramping up, all right? Hard work, guys, but guess what? Last time through this group, last core cardio, little bit less intense, 2-foot hops. Let's hit it. 50 seconds of each exercise, 4 exercises to go. You're on the home stretch. Remember, this is when we start to fatigue. We start to not pay attention to that form. We pay attention to those toes, knees, and hips. We want to get the most out of our workout as we can, which means being in our body, embracing the burn, embracing body alignment, embracing that physicality and health. We push our boundaries safely, right? And we're always working towards those goals. Together, we can do this. 3 seconds on that home stretch. Shake it out. Lateral bear crawl. Are you ready? Whether your knees are on the ground or they're lifted off the ground, we want to find that neutral back, pull that belly button in, and breathe. Small steps to the side. It's opposite hand, opposite foot. The foot goes out, hand steps in. Those knees are just inches off the floor. And we're making sure that we're pushing back through those toes. So we're feeling those glutes engage. And boy, is this adding up. Can you feel it? Oh, baby. 12 seconds. And I think that I'm starting to drip on my floor as it's a humid day here. Oh, and we're bracing the burn in the shoulders, the chest, the front of those thighs. But we know one more cardio movement, 3 TikToks, leg raise, side to side. We have soft knees. Those toes stay pointed straight ahead. This is not as cardiovascularly demanding because it's the core portion. No, that does not mean we're lying down on the floor and doing abs, but we're burning way more calories and we're still getting great core exercises that improve our endurance, stability, and core strength. So work that balance with or without that jump, because you can always, and boy, you can get a great workout without ever leaving the ground. 3 seconds for that finish. Shake out the hips. Baby visit burn. 50 seconds left. These might be the worst ones, right? Russian twists. Just think, you can hate me for these workouts, whereas I have nobody but to hate but myself. And trust me, if it wasn't good for your body, I wouldn't do it. So I take a lot of time writing and planning my workouts because I know that I not only have to do them, but I have to speak through them. So I have to keep them balanced so that I can make sure that I give you all that I've got and get a great workout in. Guys, it burns so good. Breathe. Push through it. Embrace it. 7 seconds. You're getting a breather. Close those eyes. Think happy thoughts. Oh, there you have it. Quick drink, and we're hitting that cool down and stretch. You've done it. The hard part is over. We're going to take a nice big deep breath in here. In through the nose, expand the belly, expand the lungs, reach up towards the ceiling. Exhale, circle those arms, open up that chest. You're going to hear a tone. We're going to do one more deep breath. Here we go. Exhale, circle it down. Awesome job. Now we're not going to stretch the calves today because we did a lot of really good cardio movements without heavy jumping. Instead, we're going to stretch the inside of those thighs. Toes pointed straight ahead, but our feet are wide. We're stepping one foot slightly forward. My heel is in line with my opposite foot's toes. I lean into that slightly forward leg. Squeeze the glutes. Tuck my hips under. And we feel a nice big stretch through the inside of that thigh. And we're calming that heart rate down. Big deep breath in. Exhale. Squeezing those glutes, embracing that stretch on those muscles that pull our knees in. Go ahead and switch sides. Leaning over, tucking under, big squeeze on the glutes. And we breathe. Nice and controlled, guys. This targeted stretch is meant to stretch muscles that have the propensity to get tight, cause pain, and lead to injury. Okay? So very focused stretching here. If you feel a muscle not calming down, please come back to it, pause the video, and stay in that stretch till you no longer feel that stretching sensation. We're gonna come down to the floor for our hip flexors. My back toe is tucked under. You can put a blanket or a pillow under that bottom knee because it is going to press into the ground. We squeeze the bum, tucking the hips under. You may feel a stretch through the front of the hip, down into that thigh. We then reach overhead. We can even add a small lean to the side as long as we feel an increase in stretch with each of those movements. So, it feels so good today. My quads are sore. The front of my thighs are sore from my workout yesterday. So I really needed this stretch, and I may even do some foam roll myofascial release after this workout because my quads are talking to me. All right, we switch legs. Big squeeze under, reach it up towards the ceiling. If we have any knee pain doing this stretch, feel free to use a raised surface like a chair or a couch. Step the foot forward, and it's the same movement. It's just that now that you're not on the floor, we're not putting all of our body weight into that knee. All right? All right. We're going to come down to the floor and hit our child's pose. Toes together, knees wide. We reach the hands away from our body, rolling those shoulders down and back. We take a nice big deep breath in. Expand the belly, expand the ribs, exhale. We push the chest towards the floor, keeping the shoulders away from our ears so we feel a nice stretch through the outside of the armpits and potentially into that low back. Nice big deep breath in. Exhale. Take a minute to be grateful to your body for allowing you to do this workout, to move the way that you did, to take a step forward to your health and wellness. Oh my goodness, do you see that? I told you it's humid here today. It was hard work. We didn't have a too high impact workout, but we kept moving. We pushed ourselves within our boundaries today, and we got a great cardiovascular workout that improved our heart health, our lung health, and our overall body alignment and endurance within our boundaries of today. I hope you feel empowered, stronger, and grateful for your health and wellness. And I am so proud of you for making time for yourself and being on this and letting me be part of your journey. Your feedback is always welcome. Please share my workouts, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know, email me with feedback so I can always be improving and getting better and stronger for you guys. All right. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you again next time.